Heads up!
This is a follow-up to my first video on the gun sniper, so if you're a super beginner and haven't seen that yet, I suggest watching that first and coming back. Otherwise, my name is Blake and welcome to a beginner's guide to Zoids part 2, or how to make your Shadow Fox look cool. From what I hear, the Shadow Fox is a really solid kit. It's one of, if not my favorite Zoid, so I'm excited to finally get to build him. There are a few areas that I want to touch on today, so let's get started. Normally the first thing I do when building a kit is to panel line everything. I still do that here, but there's a problem. You can't panel line black. So how do we get detail where we can't get detail?
Weathering.
First, let's get some pieces ready by removing them from their spruce. Be careful of the gold and silver pieces though, as they're just painted and will show nub marks like crazy. I'll go over how to fix that later, but just be careful for now. Alright, once we've done that, the next step is to hit everything but the clear pieces with a matte varnish. This will act as sort of a primer for the next steps, and has the added bonus of getting rid of the shiny plastic look of everything. Tamiya has these little weathering master kits. I'll be using kit C as it has good silver and gunmetal colors. Also, these gunpla markers work good too if you're careful with them. Now the Shadow Fox is supposedly this elite Zoid, right? So it's probably not going to look too banged up. But if we hit the edges primarily, it should start to look pretty cool. Alright, so this was definitely the trickiest step for me. The nub marks on the shoulders are really bad. Not sure why it was done like this, but I gotta fix it. I tried all these different gold colors and none of them were a match. It's almost a bronze gold color, so I'm gonna combine about 60% Liberator gold and 40% Balthazar gold to try and color match it. I think it turned out okay in the end. An airbrush definitely would have helped, but I don't have one of those personally, at least not yet. Once I was done with that, I just weathered all the gold pieces to bring it in line with everything else. Next up is the decals. As always, it's a bit unclear where these go. Luckily, the Shadow Fox didn't really need too many of them in my opinion. I just used these ones on his back and a little white one on his shoulder and called it there. Once that was dry, I hit it with another coat of matte varnish, weathered it, and then sealed it again. Finally, I went back over the whole thing and painted any tube or piston with a silver gunpla marker. Doing this just adds that extra bit of detail in the flatter gray areas. So yeah, this guy was probably my favorite model I've ever built. Other than some ugly nub marks, it was very easy going. If you're looking into getting into Zoids, the Shadow Fox is probably one of your best places to start. If it's out of stock, just wait and it'll come back around eventually. But yeah, thanks for watching. Here's the reveal, and I'll see you next time.